A very pleasant afternoon to everybody. I am Miss Smruti Bhandiwad.
And I am Miss Uma Galgale.
We feel very happy to introduce ourselves as the hosts for today's function.
Talent and skills are the crops that are nurtured, groomed, and given all possible opportunities to grow and bloom. Today is the celebration of the harvest of this crop. This is much awaited event in every student's life, as it gives the returns to the efforts put in by the students throughout their academic endeavor. It is a day full of joy, a day about pride and accomplishment, a day of celebration.
Truly, today signifies the culmination of many years of hard work in the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Knowledge that will enable a person to embrace opportunities and take on challenges with clear vision and purpose. We extend a very warm welcome to the graduation day ceremony of the Department of Information Science and Engineering, KLS Gogte Institute of Technology, Belagavi.
I request the dignitaries to please take their seats and on the dais. We feel honored to have among us Mr. Purushottam Deshpande sir, Head of Department of Information Science and Engineering, Dr. K.K. Tangot sir, and our dear professors, support staff, and importantly our friends and their proud parents, whom we heartily welcome for the graduation day ceremony.
It's time for a new beginning. Let's thank the Almighty for giving us a wonderful past and pray to shower His blessings for the future. I call upon Uma Galgale for the invocation song.
ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ನಂದನ ಸುಂದರವದನ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ನಂದನ ಸುಂದರವದನ ಶರ್ವಾದಿ ಸುರವಂದ್ಯ ಶಿರಬಾಗುವೆನ ಶರ್ವಾದಿ ಸುರವಂದ್ಯ ಶಿರಬಾಗುವೆನ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಆದಿಪೂಜಿತ ನೀನು ಮೋದ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆದಿಪೂಜಿತ ನೀನು ಮೋದ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಧವನಲ್ಲಿ ಮನ ಸದಾ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸುನಿ ಮಾಧವನಲ್ಲಿ ಮನ ಸದಾ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸುನಿ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಪಂಕಜನಯನ ಶ್ರೀ ವೆಂಕಟ ವಿಠಲನ ಪಂಕಜನಯನ ಶ್ರೀ ವೆಂಕಟ ವಿಠಲನ ಕಿಂಕರನೆನಿಸನ್ನ ಶಂಕರ ತನಯನೆ ಕಿಂಕರನೆನಿಸನ್ನ ಶಂಕರ ತನಯನೆ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, Uma.
Now I request our respected HOD K.K. Tangot sir to address the gathering.
Namaskar and good afternoon to everyone present here. Good beginning is a good ending. A good ending is a worthwhile experience. Good afternoon to everyone present here, especially to our graduate students who are the main reason why we are celebrating this graduation day today. I welcome our chief guest of the function, Mr. Purushottam Deshpande, a proud alumnus of our department, to this graduation day celebration. I extend warm welcome to all the parents who have gathered here for this graduation day function. Especially the warm welcome to the students who have taken effort of these 4 years to complete the graduation and mark their success, and that will be visible today to all of us. Today is an extraordinary day for all of us, especially the graduates who are very excited to attend this event. And we have seen in the past 3 years during pandemic, we could not even conduct a physical function like this. And those students are always complaining that we are not getting an opportunity to have such event. I congratulate all my student friends on completion of their graduation and reaching an important milestone in their life. The graduation is one of the most unforgettable days where your parents will experience unrelenting joy while witnessing their sons and daughters receiving degree. Let me tell you, friends, graduation is the start of your dream to grow and reach the top of the success step by step in your professional career. Dear information science and engineering students, may this day serve as a reflection of you, and you can become, as you mature, in humility and responsibility in days to come. Use your ambition as your inspiration to become a professional. I would like to extend a sincere thank to all of you for attending today's function, and warm welcome to all my fellow colleagues who have come here and who have helped us to conduct this event, and all the supporting staff, press and media personnel, and everyone who is here to witness this beautiful occasion in physical mode and the online mode. I would like to conclude my welcome address with a quote by Kerry Washington. Your life is your story, and the adventure ahead of you is the journey to fulfill your own purpose and potential. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir.
I now request Professor Padma ma'am to introduce today's dignified guest, Purushottam Deshpande sir.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. It is with immense pride and pleasure that I introduce to you all our alumnus and chief guest for today's function, Mr. Purushottam Deshpande. Purushottam graduated with a bachelor's degree in Information Science and Engineering in 2007. He has over 14 years of experience in application development, leading teams, planning, executing, and delivering business objectives. He has been actively engaged in organizational change management processes and has led several technological transformations to bring operational excellence and improve customer delight. He has prior experience as an entrepreneur managing a small-sized company to deliver IT solutions. After graduating, he started his career as a software engineer at Bitla Software Private Limited from 2007 to 2009. He then founded HutGeeks Software Solutions, where he was involved in product development from inception to marketing, and developed applications to integrate SMS gateway, decision engineering systems, and on-prem solutions. He subsequently joined Digital Chocolate Private Limited as a tech lead between 2011 and 12, where he developed and maintained customized CRM platforms for social gaming applications. His subsequent tenures were at Bitla Software Private Limited as an engineering manager between 2012 and 15, In Time Tech as a tech architect between 2015 and 17, and Clarivate as a manager between 2017 and 22, developing and maintaining healthcare data solutions. He is presently the engineering manager at Power School, developing and driving technology innovations to improve student attendance in K-12 schools. His domain skills include healthcare, e-commerce, digital publication, to just name a few. He is a certified Agile Scrum Master and has also successfully completed the first Mile for Managers training offered by Harvard Business Publications. With this brief introduction, ladies and gentlemen, I present before you the chief guest for today's graduation day function, Mr. Purushottam Deshpande. Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request HOD KK Tangod sir to please present the token of gratitude to our chief guest Purushottam Deshpande sir.
Thank you, sir. Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do. With this saying, I now request our chief guest, Purushottam Deshpande sir, to give away the certificates to our meritorious toppers of the batch of 2022. Shri Lakshmi Malwad. Toppers. The toppers for the batch are Shri Lakshmi Malwad, Nidhi Santosh Shetty, Shivani Jagdish Aliwali, Pratiksha Jakannav,
Now I request every student to please collect their certificates according to their USN.
Amit Ashok Kukdoni, Anirudh Gudi, Anish Ahmed Mulla, Anish Ahmed Mulla, Anup De, Anup De, Asavir Jinavadi, Atharva Murlidhar, Chaitra Kelgeri, शिवानंद हंचीनाथ. चिदंबर जोशी. देवी प्रसाद ओमी. ध्रुवी. ध्रुवी. हेब्बार वरुण व्यंकटेश.
हेमंत ईश्वरप्पा तुबाची. कनक देसाई. कार्तिक जी प्रभू. अनुष्का अनिरुद्ध कुलकर्णी. लक्ष्मी नामकौड. मनोहर आनंद झालकी. मोहम्मद यूसुफ इब्राहिम मुजावर. निधी पाटील. निधी पाटील. परशुराम गोरे. प्रथम देशपांडे. सौंदर्या राजेंद्र पुराणिक.
Now I request Professor Harish Kenchanawar sir to please give away the degree certificates.
Rachna complete. राघवेंद्र एम पट्टन शेट्टी.
Rahul Vachhani. Rashmi Hukkeri. Ritika Fernandez. Rutuja Burse. S. Lakshmi Sohila. Sakshi S. Sanjana N.U. Sejal Sable. Sejal Patil. शर्वरी पवार.
शिवांग राय. शिवांग राय. श्रद्धा एस वित्तापन्नवर. श्रमिक मुरकुटे, श्रेया दत्तात्रय तरावले,
Now I request Professor S.B. Deshpande sir to come and give away the degree certificate.
श्रुति केरी, श्रुति केरी, सोमनाथ भीमगौडा पोलीस गौडर, सौम्या बडगंडी, सौरभ मुरगोड, सुहास जोशी, स्वानंद मल्लापूर, विजेता पी,
विनय हेगडे, यश चंद्रकांत अमनजी, युक्ति भट्ट, मुर्गेंद्र दलाल, चंद्रहास संगप्पा मिनुजिगी,
रोहन कोकटनूर, रोहन कोकटनूर,
sir. Now I request Professor P. Subramani sir to please come and give the degree certificate.
Sahir Patait. Tanvi Milind Paushi. Praveen S. Mali. Praveen S. Mali. Archana Chate. Farheen Hawaldar. सेजल मुटकेकर. शांतीनाथ महावीर तेरदाळे. श्रेया आर पागा. श्वेता शिवबसप्पा कुंदरनाथ. सिद्धार्थ एच चौधरी. सिद्धार्थ चौधरी. सलोनी तेवारे. आसिफ खान. आसिफ खान. थैंक यू सर.
I request the dignitaries to please take their seats.
Now I request our respected chief guest for today's function, Purushottam Deshpande sir, to address the gathering.
Hello. I hope I am audible. Yes. Hello everybody. This is really a fantastic day to be here for me because occasion is something very special. It's limitless. The opportunities that this day is going to create for you all is limitless. And I'm happy, I'm glad that I was invited here. Thank you all for a nice introduction. And thank you Padma ma'am for saying the nice words about me and not the other side of my things. But yes, it's really pleasure to be as an alumni of GIT, and coming here is really a wonderful feeling. 15 years ago, I was just seated somewhere around there in the same hall. This hall was just constructed at that time. I think not even so. This is so furnished right now. And 15 years ago, I was sitting somewhere the last row there, and we had Subrata Bakchi, who was a co-founder of Mindtree, had come here. And that day, I still remember, what he said about and how it actually motivated me in my career. I hope I'll do this similar justice by sharing my experience here. When I was graduating, I think I was so motivated before, while during my engineering course, I was passionate about software development or software engineering altogether. And when the day came near that I was about to graduate, and I was just here in this hall talking to so many people about what next. And I literally for a moment I felt like, okay, I think I don't know what I'm going to do next. I went back home and I spoke to my dad and said, I think all these days I was always thinking that I want to become a software engineer. But I think I'm not finding the right purpose of why I want to be. And I started looking at my different options. And ultimately I found like, okay, agriculture is something that I need to do. And then what happened next was, I was still looking at it. I know some of you might be unsure of what next, because some of you have already got an opportunity through placements, or probably looking out for better opportunities, or even looking out for higher education. I know there are a lot of uncertain things that will happen, but today in the present situation, I'm currently working with Power School, where I'm looking at improving the quality of educational outcomes. And in my previous company, I was working with Clarivate, where I was helping patients get affordable medicine, or the pharmaceutical companies get right access to the market where they can actually reach the patients with their drugs. Today, if you ask me, back then, there's a huge, long time gap. And then I think maybe I would have never imagined that I would be doing this 15 years ago. So there's a lot of things that change over a period of time. This is how my transition was there in the professional career. But I feel there are some things that if probably I would have known long back, maybe would have done certain things differently. And I would like to share those things with you all. One is learning from success. You might have heard this common saying. Even Thomas Alva Edison, there's a quote that keeps coming on every social page. That's I did not fail 100 times or 1,000 times, but I actually knew how many different ways I could fail. Very popular quote, but I would like to burst a little bit of myth here. Experimenting is good, but experimenting can be dangerous as well if you get addicted to it. Like experimenting and failing often and often something is probably might demotivate you. But if you learn from the success, I know success is not going to be a one-shot thing. It will definitely have to experiment a lot of many times. But as soon as you start learning to win, you play every game to win, not to fail. And that's when you realize what is that secret recipe that will make you win. Success is not that easily available. You know, it requires a lot of hard work, commitment. Some of you here might have not even, you might have seen some of your friends did not join you here because probably they were always whining about how difficult it is to study or how it can be boring for a subject to, write an exam or something. But then you did that hard work, you came across, you overcome all your fears, and now you are here today, complete, you have graduated and then out for this new opportunity. So I would like to tell you that while experimenting is good, look always to win. I'm not talking about the ways, but always aim to win. You'll fail in that journey. It's a journey. That's one thing. And another thing, a lot of times, now that you are going to come out of this college and then join a company or a new place, enrollment. The first day you join your company, you'll have a lot of onboarding process. But then in that onboarding process, you'll know what company does. But then that will give you some sort of happiness on how your company is. But your real happiness will come when you start contributing to the company. And your contribution will start when you start enrolling. Do you know what is the meaning of enrollment? Anybody here? I hope the crowd is not sleepy. Participating? Yes. Participating is one, but then it's just not physical participation. The participation comes with acceptance of what it is. In whichever situation, whichever company you go, there is a culture. You have to accept that culture. Of course, there will be a lot of differences, but then you start aligning yourself to the culture, to the company's objectives. Only then I think you can actually contribute. I will tell you a small story. It's not too long back. Maybe around 3.5 years ago, I was working with a company called DRG, Decision Resources Group. And Decision Resources Group got acquired by a company called Clarivate. Clarivate is like $1.3 billion revenue company, whereas DRG was like $300 million company. Imagine the shift that I had. We are a small team versus a huge team, more than 5,000, 10,000 people in the company. What is pulling us a lot of people back is, okay, we are here since long time in this company. I think we should get more opportunities. But then there is a new company which is psychologically having an inch over us saying that, okay, we have acquired you. Now, you might come across a situation sometime in your career, but dealing with this is really traumatic for some people if you are not enrolled. Because somebody is going to lead you. The mission, the objective that you were leading in the past, somebody else is leading you and driving you. For people with faint-hearted, it's not acceptable. But then, what I and my friends did was we stopped talking all the negative things that were coming to the thoughts. We realized that these are thoughts, and we might be even expanding. Nothing has happened yet. And we are expanding these thoughts, all happening in your mind. I heard somewhere we speak more internally than externally. Your inner voice keeps talking a lot. Every second your inner voice keeps talking a lot. Extrapolating things that even might have not happened at all in reality. And this is where people even feel that, okay, something is dragging me, pulling me down. And how did we enroll? We enrolled in the we enrolled into the programs that were happening into the company, trying to look for opportunities where we can talk to people who are not with us before, who are who were new into the company. Started contributing, saying like, okay, do you want any help with recruitment? Or do you want me to solve a certain problem that you are facing? Nobody came to us because they were all self-sufficient. Something that we started vouching. And then we even created a program called as CEDAR. CEDAR is like, the cedar tree, right? So we were actually planning a whole structure for the company's architecture, the software design, all those things. In that we started contributing like, okay, what else can I do? So I participated in architecture pillar. This is where eventually a year and a half, everybody started knowing us. What we eventually made is, we became socially good with people, and then people started accepting us. And then, while I was leaving the company, and there were so many people emailed me, I hardly spoke to them, and this was all pandemic, by the way. So making connections, building that network is really good. So enrollment is important, something that you need to ensure and be aware, conscious about your new places. Whenever you go, start enrolling yourself into it, and with full heart. The next thing that I will talk about is building value. Something that I was not aware. I thought hardworking, working as much as possible on the given objective is enough. But then I realized selling a product is very difficult in the market. Nowadays, there's so many companies that are coming up, and then recently a company's revenues number came up. And then I noticed that to earn 1 rupee, they're selling 100 rupees. And now the company is actually they acquired a lot of companies, and finally they are now letting people go. Because the operational expenses is higher than what they are already earning. Something that we really don't want. So everybody in the industry is trying to build value around their products. Now, what is value building? Okay, we talked about building products, but are we some kind of something that people look forward for us? Anything they look for in us? Yes. People look us as a resource. Now, a resource can be a materialistic, and then they can just be put to work. But then we are human beings, right? We are more than machines. We are thinkable. We can think. Can we make this product into a more intelligent, and can we build value around us? Yes. Whenever you join a job and you join a company or go anywhere, try to see what else can you do that others cannot do, or what is that you can do the best thing. Building value around yourself. Why are you important in the organization? In your 4 or 5 people group of teams, let's say, what is that you are playing a role in your team? What else can you do? Something that you keep often thinking. I can take you a very layman example. I have a nanny at home. So we have a 3-year-old child, and my nanny comes in the morning. She takes care of the kid. That's her job actually. But then, if my child sleeps, she takes care of a lot of things. Like, even we are so busy in our meetings that she prepares a tea for me. or probably something is untidy, somewhere something is not set up. She sets it right, calling immediate attention, health emergencies, taking care of these things. Now, this is not part of her job routine actually. We don't pay for her, we only pay for what she's supposed to do. Now, all that she's doing extra is something that she's trying to add value to her service. Now, this is a layman example, but there are so many things that you'll find where you can create value by doing something that you can do. You can go beyond your boundaries. And to do that, take in charge. Let's say for this kind of event, to organize this event, I'm sure a lot of people might have given instructions. Hey, you know what? Put 2 chairs there. You know what? Put a printout there. You know what? Exit. All these things are actually probably set up. But there is a group leader. Let's say somebody is driving this. Take in charge of the situation. Think 2 steps beyond. Think what else should I do? Is there a safety protocol set? So what is not told to you is also as much important as what, in driving this whole program. My favorite part, consistency. Consistency is the key for excellence. Hard work is not. Hard work, so you recently Rafael Nadal, he retired from tennis, right? So there are a lot of controversies going around Rafael Nadal's overall style of playing, training. Rafael Nadal has really screwed up his body. He's worked beyond his limits of body. Hats off to him, actually. Because that strength, building that strength, and enduring that pain, he was on injections, painkillers, while he was playing his last match. Now, the controversy is, are you going to put all the energies in one time, one shot? Or are you going to building it slowly? Rafael Nadal is just an example, but then I have seen so many students, what they do is, they think that, okay, overnight success is something that we all are addicted. We want to work like 10 hours, 12 hours, finish everything, and then probably get back to sleep. Ask me, I did this before. In my engineering days, probably I had several sleepless nights that I still can bear less sleep now. But then what eventually I have realized is, you don't need to put all your energies at one shot. You can actually do a lot of things consistently every day. Pandemic has taught me something new. It gave me 3 hours of my travel time, which I used to go to office. And now that 3 hours per day, I'm putting it to a different activity. I was reading about celebrities or successful people, how they market their time in a day. So there is something called as me time also, so which we all ignore and keep it to the weekend. And you students, when you go out, start practicing it right away. Something called as me time, doing it every day for yourself. Because after 10 years, you think, okay, let me get onto the job first, and then get some good appreciations. Take up a loan, get a new house. Oh, then you can realize that, okay, let me do a still more hard work, repay my loan, and then probably I'll start relaxing and have my own me time. That day is never going to come, I'll tell you. And by the time it comes, probably your body would not be in a state to take it up. I'll tell you a recent story. So pandemic came up. I started playing. I usually used to play table tennis, but then I started picking cricket. Cricket was one of my childhood game. Couple of days, so much pain. My body was not able to, just short game, and I was not able to bear the pain. And that's when I realized, oh man, this is getting difficult. This body is not able to take up so many things, so engrossed into work and all the time sitting. Now you go to a doctor, the first thing the doctor asks is, do you have a sitting type of job? Are you on a desk job kind of thing? Yes, obviously. So your hips, your hands, no more stronger that they used to be. And today I think you are still, you can jump around anytime, but then ask me 5 years later, 10 years later, it's going to be a tough time for our body to take all that. And mental health, physical health are, together. They go hand in hand. Your success in company is going to be both your mental fitness and your physical fitness. Mental fitness is something really talked about these days. Nowadays, I used to listen to some of the people that used to tell about mental fitness. Nandan Nilekani going to a lot of these big gurus and all. I used to always wonder, why these people, they're all successful, and why do they still go to Sadhguru or Art of Living, Ashrama? What is that so much they're going through? And then, nowadays I realize what is going on in the industry is beyond. We are sometimes working around beyond what we are capable of. And that's taking a toll on our mental fitness, mental strength as well. Anxiety, trying to get results sooner, lack of empathy in a system is actually putting a lot of pressure on people. So try to work around mental fitness along with your physical strength. Resilience. Another thing, we often don't succeed the first time. We have to fail, or sometimes failure just comes and hits you bad. You not even seen that failure is coming. Now, resilience is something, what would you do when you fail? Will you stand up, or will you just take the easier path and then just go away? Nowadays, entrepreneurs, a lot of companies went through pandemic and entrepreneurs had to face this. They were not prepared because when the revenues were cut, there were a lot of layoffs as well that happened. A lot of people got affected. Individually, yes, resilience is one thing. As an organization, resilience is another bigger part. At least individually, we need to be resilient. There might be tough times that are coming, or there may be not, but always being prepared for that sunshine, for the rain is always going to be important. How can you train your mind in tough times to think about positivity and ensure that you get back up and then do what you want to do all the time? So, resilience, my friends, is always going to help you. There might be a lot of people, I remember some people, we used to tease, we used to have some kind of fun with our friends who used to write examinations like in the morning, then the afternoon shift, and then clear all those papers. Now, yes, one way it's a fun, but then look at the attitude. That guy did a mistake. It's okay. He did not study for something, but then now he's prepared. He's prepared to get back up, and he cleared. So we used to really have a high note for that guy. So resilience, my friends, remember this. And lastly, the 5 dimensions of life, which I believe are going to be very important. Health being the first priority, profession. See what you're contributing in your profession. Profession is not about, earning money or which position, designation you are in. But whatever you choose as a profession, that's what Subrata Bakshi had told me. He told me a story. He told us the story of how a boy in a funeral, Victoria Hospital, Bangalore, was actually taking care of dead bodies. Very touchy story. It's there on the internet. I think you should Google it. That's where you'll come to know what is professionalism. Are you passionate about what you're doing? That's profession, by the way. Second is profession. Third is family. Your family time is important. Nowadays, you must be thinking, oh, I'm with my family all the time. I attend all the family functions. But there will be times your parents are old, you are too busy, especially the midlife crisis. Have you heard about this term called as midlife crisis? Your job is not that great stable because you are redundant at times. You'll start feeling that you might be not, but you'll start having a feeling that you might be redundant in your organization. You have a child who is still kind of, getting on to school here and there, going on. And then she or he, the boy is into a competitive world. You need to prepare them. Your parents are getting older, taking care of them. This is all midlife crisis. Midlife crisis is nothing. I mean, there are a lot of things. And how do you take care of all these things? Family time will be difficult at that time. And I would say prioritize your family as well. Social life. Extending the family beyond one layer or more layers. That could even include your neighbors or your relatives or a group. So choose that group, what you want to be. Probably that group or voluntary group, wherever you want to be. Like I teach sometimes. For me, I have chosen a group called as GMI, Global Mentorship Initiative, wherein I teach underprivileged students from underprivileged countries like Nigeria or wherever there is no educational infrastructure. We are assigned mentee, and we mentor. So something that is really close to my heart. And so try to choose something of whatever you like to do. Start contributing. Spirituality. Spirituality doesn't mean religion, by the way. Spirituality is all about where do you find peace? Do you find peace within you or not? Does your mind keep talking all the time with a lot of negativity? Think about it. I'm sure we all talk a lot of things, nonsense. Probably we can't even share those things. We don't even really mean them personally, but I know our mind has already talked about it. Can you get your thoughts clear in your mind? And that's where I'm talking about spirituality. It could be, some people probably meditate. I meditate sometimes when I feel that. So try to find what's your spiritual alignment. So these 5 things, and of course your finance. And finance is connected to your profession, by the way. So profession should be connected to finance. Economic condition is as much important. Right? And I hope these things will really help you. The millennial generation is way different than what we were. We knew we want to do everything. That's what was our attitude. But I think the current millennial generation exactly knows what they don't want to do. But now the challenge for you all is, or the call for action is, what do you want to do? What do you love? Find that. Find yourself. I think this is never-ending race, finding yourself, who you are, what you are, how can you be. If I squeeze you, an orange, is there a real juice in you or not? Find that juice, which juice you are made up of. That's a call for action for all of you guys. Thank you so much. I thank everybody for patiently listening after the lunch, and I hope these things will help you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Now I request our HOD, K.K. Tangod sir, to present a memento to our chief guest, Purushottam Deshpande sir. Thank you, sir. Now, I request Professor N.V. Karekar, sir, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to everyone, dignitaries on and off the dais. I thank management KLS for providing support for organizing such events. I thank our beloved HOD Dr. Kiran Tangod for his constant support and motivation. I support Principal Sir Dr. Jayant Kittur for his support in organizing such events. I thank and I feel very happy to share my feelings about Purushottam Deshpande. He is my friend and classmate. Today he is sitting on the dais. Okay, and I have a dream of coming on this dais and become the first one to come here. And it is his 14 years of journey. And on your graduation day, you people are not professional. You are not on time. Okay, so please have a cultivation of making the things professional and wish you best all the luck in your future endeavors. And I thank all teaching, non-teaching staff and supporting staff for organizing such an event. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. I request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
बोलो भारत माता की थैंक यू वन एंड ऑल.
One special announcement, I request all the students to come on stage for a group photo with the chief guest. I request all the students to come on stage for a group photo with a chief guest.